You know, some nations won't even notice when the rapture takes place. You take a nation like Turkey, for example. Somewhere between 45, 50 million people in Turkey, and just a small group of Christians. When the rapture takes place in Turkey, they'll hardly notice that anything happened. But a nation like America, with somewhere between conservatively 60 to 90 million believers. Some surveys take that to 130 million. I'm giving you very conservative numbers. Imagine what will happen in America when in the twinkling of an eye, 60 to 90 million people are instantaneously snatched from this earth. That's why America's not in final Bible prophecy. Because America will implode immediately after the rapture and will become eminently vulnerable to the world. And we are hated in much of the world. There are world leaders who stand on the floors of the United Nations promising to wipe us off the face of the earth. But the rapture is going to wipe us off the face of the earth. You take 60 to 90 million people out of the American economy. Our economy collapses in hours. You take 60 to 90 million people out of the workforce, and our industry collapses within hours. You take 60 to 90 million out of the workforce, and capitalism is instantaneously dead in the water. You take 60 to 90 million people out of this country. You talk about vandalism. You talk about insanity. You talk about greed. You talk about gathering the spoils of war. It will trigger a side of humanity. When the restraining power of the church is gone, America will be like rabid dogs within hours. And it's coming. Furthermore, something haunts me in Bible prophecy, and I don't preach it dogmatically. But the Bible tells me that there will be nuclear wars. I believe, and I don't have time to preach it. If the Lord tarries when I come back, I'll talk to you about the final wars of Bible prophecy, because I believe there are several. I believe I could lay out a pretty strong case that there are a total of 7 world wars. We've had 2. I believe there's the ability to lay out the possibilities of 5 in the 7 years of tribulation. But just lay that aside for a moment. We know that nuclear war is about to break out because crazed world dictators keep promising they're about to use it. Here's something you need to know about history. Just lay Bible prophecy aside and put the history book down for a second. Here's something about history. No nation has ever invented advanced military technology without eventually using it. Ever. Sooner or later, they always use it. Now, here's what haunts me from a biblical standpoint. The Bible guarantees this covenant. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reapeth. There is only one nation in the history of humanity that has sown nuclear bombs. And it's the United States of America. And many old-fashioned eschatology scholars dogmatically wrote, America has sown a date where nuclear war that it sowed will come back to haunt its own mainland. I'm not saying it dogmatically, but I am saying there are many scholars that I would consider far above my level who say America has an inevitable date with nuclear war after the rapture. And one of the reasons why they're so strong on that is because there is no America in the final pages of Bible prophecy. There's 15 nations mentioned directly in final Bible prophecy. How do you explain the most dominant, powerful, wealthy, advanced nation on the face of the earth? Not a whisper of its existence after the rapture of the church. It's a message in and of itself for another time. But I believe strongly that the book indicates that this nation will implode within hours of the rapture. It cannot sustain, even from an intellectual analysis, the survival of 60 to 90 million people being taken. I close with this question. The rapture could take place tonight. Would you be taken or would you be left behind? You need to live every day ready to meet the Lord.